Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to try to share some thoughts with you. At first I thought I can't think about anything. I was thinking for 2 days about it. And then I got so much that I didn't know how to reduce it to 5 minutes and what to choose. So anyway, let us try to make something meaningful out of it. 5 minutes only. You came here for this exploring monastic life. So the big question is, what does it mean to become a monastic, right? So the Tibetan term of becoming a monastic is Rabtujungwa or Rabjung, in Sanskrit Pravraja. And this means just going forth from home, going forth from home to homelessness. Yeah. And I mean, this means, and I will explain this in a minute, that you really leave family life and you join something new. And yeah, I will explain this later. It's very closely related with the term in Tibetan Ngejung. Ngejung we translate sometimes as renunciation or the wish to become liberated from samsara. The Sanskrit term I checked is Nisarana, and Nisarana means something to go out or to get rid of, to go out of the cycle of existence, to get rid of the cycle of existence. So the intention is to give up mistakes and offenses. And for sure, this is something you can also do as a non-monastic. You don't have to become a monastic to generate renunciation in your mind. And usually it's possible just to stay with having 3 vows in the Tibetan tradition. You take a vow for individual liberation, like either the vow of a layperson or the vow of a monastic. And then on this you can take, as a stable foundation, you can take next the Bodhisattva vows and also the Tantric vows. But it's considered to be very important to have the stable foundation. So then the question is, what's really the difference? Why become monastic? What's the difference between a layperson and a monastic? And I think, first of all, it's a question of priority. I mean, this thought of I want to attain liberation. I want to get free from the cycle of existence. For a monastic should be really the highest priority. You should be ready to leave anything behind yourself and don't consider it important any longer. But the only thing when you get ordained is you want to attain liberation. You want to get free from samsara. And usually Tibetan scholars, especially in the Gelugpa tradition, they say that if you don't have this very strong wish of I want to attain liberation, then the vow will not arise in your continuum. It's really the most important thing, all these kind of lineages and all these kind of things. Many teachers told me this is all not that important. Most important is Ngejung. Ngejung means renunciation. Yeah? This is important really to develop this thought. And then, I mean, you give not only up the 10 unwholesome things, or you don't keep only the 10 precepts or the 36 precepts of a novice, but the main advice for somebody becoming a Rabjung, a monastic, is that you avoid the 3 kinds of degeneration or damage, or to put it in a positive way, it means there is one is the Kempo or Kemo Soba Tapa. This means that you ask your male or female preceptor, or you can also say your abbot or your abbess, for advice. And this means on a constantly basis, at least for 5 or usually 10 years, 5 years is only the exception, for 10 years you really go for advice to your teacher who has given you the precepts. And actually my teacher told me, you don't need to come when you want to go to toilet. You don't ask me for this. But everything else, actually you should ask. You definitely should not stay overnight somewhere else before checking with me beforehand. Or come in the morning, do your 3 prostrations and then ask for advice for the day what to do. And really get guidance. And I mean, I stick to this for until my teacher passed away. I mean, I went there every morning, every evening for my 3 prostrations. And he was almost in, he was not traveling much. And I got really a lot from this, you know. And even when his teachers came and we stayed together, he was taking all us monastics every morning to see his teacher and to do the 3 prostrations. So I hope it's not getting too crowded for you now, Venerable Richard, in your cabin. You may have some other advice how to deal with this instruction, but you know the general idea is really to ask for advice and really entrust yourself to the teacher to get guidance how to become a good monastic. And then the second thing is that you Kimpetakni Pongwa means you give up the signs of a lay person. Yeah, so this means really what I mentioned before. I mean, Kimpa in Tibetan is something like a master of a house, yeah, a householder, a housewife. So you give up these signs, or the Sanskrit grihin means also a person possessing a home, yeah. So you really give up being in charge of a house or of a family, and you choose a life away from this, yeah. And you give up everything like job and so on that is connected to monastic way of life, to lay life, and you really change. And this is the third one. Rabjung Takni Lempa means to take on the signs of someone going forth. Means going forth from such a householder's way of life to homelessness. In the ancient times, it means wandering about. Yeah. I mean that you were really just leaving home, going to quiet places, to the forest, to the mountains, and there you spent time in meditation, and then from time to time, every 2 weeks, you did the purification ceremony with the other monastics close to you, and once a year you stayed in a rainy season retreat with the monastics and did together the 3 months retreat. So really practicing what we call the 3 main monastic rituals.